So I wanted to do a quick video tonight to talk a little bit about Swyft and Obj-C interop, and specifically what happens to method names when you go back and forth between Obj-C and Swyft, because it can be confusing to developers that have started with Swyft, may not be that familiar with Obj-C and vice versa. So let's take a quick look here at a Obj-C class that I've written. And if we come here, we can see I have this temperature converter class. And if we look at this, I have two methods in here. I have one that's convert Celsius from Fahrenheit, and I have another one that converts Fahrenheit from Celsius. And then if I come in here and look at the implementation, this is pretty simple. It's just going through doing a very simple formula where I'll take the temperature, that's a Fahrenheit temperature, and convert it to Celsius, and vice versa right here. So if we come in here into my main file here, I have an object that I've created based off of this Obj-C object. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in, create a Celsius temperature in here. Excuse me. And if we look at this, this has changed from the Obj-C class. If we look at the Obj-C class, the way the signature is created, and this is common for Obj-C methods, is you have these very verbose names. You know, it's common. So when you're creating a method inside of Obj-C, you want to include whatever the name of the first parameter is inside of the method name, and then any additional parameters you put in there would have a name parameter in there. So that's always been the convention of Obj-C. So for the first one, you didn't really have to specify a name parameter, whereas in Swyft, you can create name parameters by default. So if you want to have a name parameter and you only have one parameter in your method, you can do that, and you can do that pretty easily. But when you're going back and forth between Swyft and Obj-C, Swyft has a slightly different convention. So what happens is, when we come here into this main Swyft file, we can see here that instead of convert Celsius from Fahrenheit, it's actually taken the last part of that method name and turned it into a name parameter. And so now I'm passing the value 64. So if I were to come in here and jump to the definition, you can see it takes me right here to this definition. And it's named slightly different, and that's because it took this part and it actually made this a name parameter. And that's part of the algorithm that Apple uses in LLVM when it's doing the interop. And so if you want to, let's say, include a Obj-C class that you have in your application inside of, let's say, a Swyft class, all you have to do is come over here to this bridging header, and you just import that in. And that's all you have to do. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give me a thumbs down, but please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Have a nice evening.